All right, hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. I have already changed my mind. These are the page kits that I put together for Christy's Beautiful Life, and I saw a bunch of people doing the day one layout, and I realized, you know what, I can make day one work. I was looking at maybe day 29 for this, so I was going to be doing it way early. I will find other pictures for day 29, but I am going to do this based on this day one layout by Sarah Christensen. Title goes in the middle, 4 photos, and then 4 other blocks. So I am going to make that work with the papers that I have. I do have more papers if I need them, but a lot of these are also double-sided. And I'm going to make that work for me. So I'm going to commit to day one. So pretty easy. I do have 4 photos, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm gonna make it look super cute. It's not gonna be florally, it's gonna be puppies, but I'm okay with that, if you're okay with that. All right, we'll do this for the photo mats. I will trim these up off screen, but let's pick our cut aparts. So I'm going to use these 3 cut aparts, and then this one. This one I may need to, I actually need 5. So I'm going to use these 4. I'm going to trim this down to make it a little more narrow, so that it still fits. And to make life easier, I'm not going to try and keep this together. And this is the one where my daughter, the photos are my daughter at the local animal shelter at college. And so some of these word things, home is where your dog is, that's not going to work because these are not her dogs and these dogs don't have homes yet. So there's a limit to what will work. And I also want things the right size. So you can't really save these. And this is the Argyle one. I love the Argyle. So I may just put an Argyle. Look how cute that Argyle is. I do have 2 of everything. So let's trim these up. I'm going to use this trimmer for these. All right, so I've sped up from here on out just about 3 times. This page came together really fast, despite my reconsidering things and reorienting things several times. You'll see that in the video. I kept it all in. But because the pieces are 3x4s and I'm trying to fit 3 vertically, I have to overlap them a little bit in order for everything to fit on the page. And I didn't want to just trim everything because I had larger pictures. So I tried to tilt everything, and then once I did that, all the photos were tilted in the same direction, and that looked weird. And so then I tried to fix that, and so I end up changing things around quite a bit. So, and then things looked a little too linear, so I change things up just a bit and play around with some stuff. I do pop up all the photos
And that makes it a little more difficult to move things around, honestly, because that tape is not quite as repositionable as my regular adhesive. I'm going to anchor the middle, and the title's going to go on that. And then try and position everything else around it. But you can see here, if I'm alternating, because there are 9 pieces, all the photos end up in the same direction. That just looks weird. And then I end up switching this photo with the photo on the right because my daughter is looking to the right in this photo, and I should have put it on the left to begin with. So I do this, and then I'm like, okay, that's weird. It's in the same direction, but if I don't put it in the same direction. So there's going to be some moving around of things here in a moment. So you can see that looks a little weird. So, and then everything looks like it's in 3 columns instead of a grid, honestly. So, and then I'm like, okay, this is just weird. I'm not liking it. What can I do? And then this is where I'm like, I still haven't moved it, but I will. It's going to end up on the other side after several moves. You can see how indecisive I am. This is why it takes me a long time to do pages. I'm like, oh no, that's not perfect. My engineer perfectionist comes out in me sometimes. And I'm okay with it. I did tear the paper a little bit there, but it doesn't matter because it's getting covered. All right, so that's looking a little better. And now I'm just trying to figure out the ephemera. And some of these bits of ephemera were just honestly a little bit too big to fit what I wanted to do with them. I do have a full sticker sheet, well, actually 2 sticker sheets, so we're going to use the title that came on the sticker sheet. I had thought I was going to use those red letters to build a title, but the word bark was on the sticker sheet, and it fits perfectly on this tag or on this cut apart. So I'm just going with that. I like that for a title even. So these are all, my daughter had a lot of fun at this service event, playing with the dogs and the puppies. So much so that she's decided she's going to take her dog up to school if she gets permission. So, or one of our dogs, not both of them. The younger one is honestly a little better, barks less than the older one. Is maybe a little more timid, and so I think will be better behaved in a dorm room than the older one. All right, so you can see now that I've settled and moved all the photos together. I'm just adding some stickers here and there. Anything that's got a white halo, I am inking. The things that are the stickers that are solid edged, I'm not necessarily inking. So just sprinkling around some stickers, and I'm looking for something to fill in on that argyle because it's looking a little open and barren, and there's this cute puppy dog that's different than the dog up above. So looking at this now, I've got a dog facing in the wrong direction. I really could have swapped the top to the far left and far right items so that those dogs were sort of facing into the page instead of out of the page. But that's okay. Every page doesn't have to be perfect. You can make note of those things and remember them for next time. So to be a little more conscious of what direction even not just your photos but your ephemera are facing. So it's time for enamel dots, which means we're almost done with this page. As I said, using these sketches, I think this was Sarah's sketch, just really make things come together quickly. If you have a paper collection or a page kit like I did, then you can just apply that sketch to it and voila, finished page in under an hour. Please give this video a thumbs up, and you can go on to Christy's Beautiful Life on Facebook to see the sketches and to see lots of people, their interpretation of the sketches. And I've got lots more to do this month. This was day 1 sketch, and I'm planning to do probably at least 15 of them.